let's start with a brief picture of what's happening on the ground in BC in terms of logistics and supply chains.
Well, first of all, before I start, I want to express our condolences and sympathy with some who have been impacted by this, I believe, storm and flood. And our heart goes out to them and their families. As you know, after COVID, the bottleneck got created in Asia, got moved to North America. We've been dealing with that for past 12 months to 13 months. But now this is a new level of challenges that we are facing with. And this is all started with the insufficient capacity in West Coast comparing to what was coming from Asia. And all those cargo got stuck in particularly in China and Vietnam. And it got a little bit better. We saw some improvement, but now closure of roads and getting disconnected from the rest of Canada is I think I have never seen it working in this industry for 25 years.
And how is all of this affecting operations at your company in particular?
Well, at one point we want to help out with our customers because they're moving their cargoes. And there's so much capacity that we can utilize, and we are not the only one. I guess every logistic companies in West Coast is been facing it, but lack of roads. So because either you ship your cargo to the to eastern part through rail or road, but not having neither of those two routes is definitely impacting, and we have a huge backlog influx of loads coming in, and as you mentioned, we end up offloading them, and until there's a better solution, we have to store those goods or stack those containers.
And how would you say all of this is impacting supply chains and businesses in Alberta, which we know your company is connected to as well?
Yes, because we are essential services, so we've been operating even during the COVID because we move perishable, we food, fruits and meat either from Alberta to BC and for export, or from California to BC to Alberta. So definitely we have seen the impact because we have loads that we can't dispatch, and we have trucks in Alberta that are sitting and they can't cross because obviously there's no rail and the rails are closed. So yeah, that definitely is something we've never seen before.
Now, we know a couple of, or a number of Canadian transport trucks are being rerouted throughout the U.S. Are there any alternative routes that your company are able to use at this time?
Absolutely. From last night, when we heard our Chief Operating Officer, Michael, we came up with some solution and we dispatched some load through U.S. But as you know, there's some area in Washington also been impacted. Some of the truck had to go all the way to Oregon coming back. So it sounds easy, but it's not, because also this flood has impacted our neighbors, Washington and other states as well.
And given the importance and expansive reach of the Port of Vancouver itself, how would you say these disruptions are likely going to impact supply chains across the country?
Well, I can see, because I look at our report in our system and I see that we are picking up those containers from the port. We see more vessels arriving to the port. They're offloading them, but there's an imbalance of what we get from the port and what we can ship. And at one point, I believe either today or tomorrow, we cannot pick up any more container from the port because obviously we can offload so much and we can stack so many containers. And given the challenges we have in West Coast with limited space and when it comes to industrial warehousing, is just is something that, as I said, I've never seen it before, and it requires. I'm glad that government has intervened and have sent their army engineers to Abbotsford, and they're trying to open up the road. And we are hoping at least we can get to Kelowna, because we have a lot of we have some partners in there. We can get the goods to Kelowna. We could probably find a way to cross them to Alberta, but we are using US already.